find Vanessa, who is going to come and just share with you a few of her views. Vanessa, would you like to come?
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, can you give me a little bit more energy? Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. That's more like it. Well, my name is Inspiring Vanessa. I'm 11 years old and I'm an international speaker, YouTuber, confidence coach and author. And I'm so excited to be speaking to you guys for this very quick presentation. And before I get into my quick presentation, you may be wondering, why is there an 11-year-old here speaking in front of all of these teachers and educators at a teacher conference? And I'm not going to talk about why I may not like getting homework like any other child would, but I am going to be talking about the lack of confidence in most schools. Now, school is a place for education. That's something my teachers tell me quite a lot, and they tell me to my class too. But obviously, school is about education, but at the same time, it's also about them learning how to develop themselves. So, of course, I know that school is supposed to help you with writing and reading and etc. But what do they teach you about mental education? How can we expect such young people to grow up to be wonderful adults if they don't have any self-esteem? Now, I know that self-esteem might be something that isn't much taught in many schools because people don't really talk about it. Because most people say, and I'm not saying that you guys say it, but I'm saying that most people say education, and if you get enough and you pay your rent, then life will be great for you. But actually, there are so many different things that are missing to this puzzle. And obviously, I don't have a problem with any of the lessons I am taught at school. And that may not be something that happens with every single student that you teach, so just keep that in mind. But one lesson that I wish that there could be taught is self-confidence class. And this class would probably include activities or instructions for children to express themselves and tell them why they might be feeling stressed about doing exams or why they might feel low. And the reason why this is so important is, for an example, if a student might not feel safe at home, the more teachers don't talk to them, the more that child will feel alone. And what's even sadder is that sometimes they don't feel safe at school either. Now, I know that school is supposed to teach you from primary school and then up to secondary school until your GCSEs and then university. But what are they going to be teaching you in between that? And that's something that I might be really concerned about. And obviously, what we were saying today is we're obviously going to be touching on these topics. And I believe that self-love, self-confidence and self-esteem are completely ideal to a student's life because one, they won't be able to concentrate in their classes if they're too worried about how they might look or they're too worried about what other people think of them. And obviously bullying can be very common in most schools. And I'm not saying that one school is particularly perfect and nothing bad ever happens because obviously all these students are individuals and they do their own different things the way they might like it. And for me, when I started primary, well, at the end of primary, I told my whole entire school what I do outside of school. Everybody literally knew about it. So after a few days, me and my class were walking up the stairs after assembly, and I just turned back to see if the class was there. Now, I was perceived as the bubbly kid. Raise your hand if you might teach a kid like that. Quite a lot of teachers. And I was known as the bubbly child, the very chatty one and quite bright, let's say. And obviously, I was just looking around just to see, obviously children do that quite a lot, I don't really know why we do that, but we look around just to see if the whole class is there. And my teacher says, Vanessa, just because you're a motivational speaker doesn't mean you need to talk all the time. Now, I was quite upset by this comment because if I was a child or if I was a student that had a low self-esteem and had no self-worth, then I probably would have ended my career by that very upsetting comment. So I decided that instead of having other people have to deal with this and struggle with this throughout the whole entire school life, I decided to create a platform that teaches young people how to grow their self-love, their self-confidence, and their self-esteem. This program is called the Confidence Accelerator. Now, I created this a couple months ago, and it is a 12-week online program. It teaches you every single week, and it sends a video to you about that certain topic about confidence. And I believe confidence can be ideal to anybody's life because, one, if they're participating in class, they need to have the confidence to do that. Two, if they need to do their homework or they might be scared or need to ask questions in class, they don't have confidence, or if they're scared that someone might make fun of them, they need confidence to obviously achieve that. And I believe confidence has helped me so much throughout my daily activities. And it doesn't just mean outside of school, but it also means inside of school too. Now I'm okay with walking through the halls without wondering if anybody's looking at me a certain way. And I want to, pardon? And I want other people to realise that there is some help out there. So if you ever want me to speak at your school, I'll be very free to. In your purple goodie bags, there's actually a leaflet and a business card of mine, and there's my email on there. So if you ever want to contact us, please do. And I also have a store which is on the corner, so you can sort of peep around there and say hello. But after all, thank you so much for listening.